武士道ルネサンスPartⅡ 4の括弧3です。ここでは第13章刀武士の魂で所読した部分に該当する英語の原文を読みます。皆さんはこのままお聞きください。122ページです。読みます。The sword, the soul of the samurai. Bushido made the sword its emblem of power and prowess. When Muhammad proclaimed that the sword is the key of heaven and of hell, he only echoed a Japanese sentiment. Very early, the samurai boy learned to wield it. It was a momentous occasion for him when, at the age of 5, he was apparelled in the paraphernalia of samurai costumes, placed upon a board and initiated into the rites of the military professions by having thrust into his girdle a real sword instead of the toy dirk with which he had been playing. After this first ceremony of adoptio per alma, he was no more to be seen outside his father's gates without this badge of his status, even though it was usually substituted for everyday wear by a gilded wooden dirk. Not many years pass before he wears constantly the genuine steel, though blunt, and then the sham arms are thrown aside, and with enjoyment keener than his newly acquired blades, he marches out to try their edge on wood and stone. When he reaches man's estate, at the age of 15, being given independence of action, he can now pride himself upon the position of arms sharp enough for any work. The very position of the dangerous instrument imparts to him a feeling and an air of self-respect and responsibility. He beareth not the sword in vain. What he carries in his belt is a symbol of what he carries in his mind and heart, loyalty and honor. The two swords, the longer and the shorter, called respectively Daito and Shoto, or katana and wakizashi, never leave his side. When at home, they grace the most conspicuous place in the study or parlor. By night, they gird his pillow, within is a reach of his hand. Constant companions, they are beloved, and proper names of endearment given them. Being venerated, they are well nigh worshipped. 123ページです。The swordsmith was not a mere artisan, but an inspired artist, and his workshop a sanctuary. Daily he commenced his craft with prayer and purification, or as the phrase was, he committed his soul and spirit into the forging and tempering of the steel. Every swing of the sledge, every plunge into water, every friction on the grindstone was a religious act of no slight import. Was it the spirit of the master or of his tutelary God that cast a formidable spell over our soul? 124ページです。Harmless were its mission, if it only remained a thing of beauty and joy. But ever within reach of the hand, it presented no small temptation for abuse. Too often did the blade flash forth from its peaceful sheath. The abuse sometimes went so far as to try the acquired steel on some harmless creature's neck. The question that concerns us most is, however, did Bushido justify the promiscuous use of the weapon? The answer is unequivocally no. 同じく124ページです。As it laid great stress on its proper use, so did it denounce and abhor its misuse. A dastard or a braggart was he who brandished his weapon on undeserved occasions. A self-possessed man knows the right time to use it, and such times come but rarely. 125ページです。The popular apothegm, to be beaten is to conquer. Meaning true conquest consists in not opposing a riotous foe, and the best won victory is that obtained without shedding of blood. And others of similar import will show that after all, the ultimate ideal of knighthood was peace. 今回はこれで武士道ルネッサンスパート2、4の括弧1、括弧2、括弧3を終わります。次は武士道101シリーズの第5回目、武士道ルネッサンスパート2、5の括弧1、括弧2、括弧3をお送りします。第14章、婦人の教育及び地位です。楽しみにお待ちください。それでは皆さん、次回までごきげんよう。さようなら。